How's it guys? Singeant here from a Suzuki Bassonia again. We are out at our trusty little spot in Joburg South once again. Today we're going to be just making one or two short videos showing you what a pretty much stock standard 5-door Jimny is capable of, with one or two little hills, river crossings, those sort of things. We'll be making short little educational videos for you guys to see how to engage four-wheel drive properly, what you can do whilst driving, what you can't. And then basically, yeah, you'll see this one isn't built up like the other stuff we've been doing. Very stock standard tires, standard suspension. Basically got two roof bars on the roof and a nice set of rubber mats in this one. This is the demo that we use for like our everyday stuff for people to drive. So yeah, let's hop in, let's get a few shots and go and see what these cars are capable of, and hopefully we don't get stuck. I don't have anyone to recover us today. Got two camera guys with us, maybe they'll have to push, we'll see about that. But yeah, thanks, let's go have some fun, get this going. Cheers. Alright. Let's pop off, yeah? Okay, so yeah, as you guys can see from the aerial shots and stuff, we've got a nice open field here that we can play with. A little bit of ruts and some washouts that the rains helped us with. So you are going to have a bit of a wobbly ride with us today. But that's what the off-roading and the 4x4 is all about. So typically the stuff we're going to do now, the road you're driving on, this is what you might get when you're overlanding between not using the highway, you like driving between little what do you want to call the provinces or whatever, or dorpies. Excuse the Afrikaans if it comes through every now and again, it will definitely. But yeah, these little sort of off-road roads you can do, and that's what the Jimny is made for. Even in standard guys, I mean the suspension really comes into its own. If you own a Jimny and you've never driven it off-road, I feel very sorry for you, because you'd fall even more in love with the vehicle once you do any sort of off-roading. We haven't even let the tires down on this at the moment. We're still at road tire pressures. We drive the 5 doors at about 2.2 bar to 2.5 bar, and still very comfortable. The suspension is nice and soft, it soaks up the bumps nicely. And now we'll see, we're gonna get to our first little obstacle shortly. I got stuck here 2 weekends ago with a Jimny with bigger tires than this on, and the suspension lift, the yellow GL that you might have seen in the other videos, the 5-door. I fell into the ruts instead of staying on top of them. So yeah, you'll be able to see now in front of the car. I'm going to stop for a second. Maybe the drone can just have a look at these ruts in front of us. They are really deep. They were made by vehicles much bigger than the Jimny. It's probably cars with tires at least on 265s. There's probably four car lengths worth of this. Let me jump out. I'm gonna quickly show you with my knee how deep these ruts are. So if you have a look at this, that's more or less just under my knee. And the reason I'm walking this today is obviously 2 weeks ago this was all completely covered in slosh and mud. Just want to take a walk and see if it's gotten any better, if it's a little bit more firm underfoot, so that we don't repeat what I did 2 weeks ago. So yeah, we can see it's still pretty deep. It would be alright there. This, for my standard Jimny, I would not risk putting my wheels in these ruts. I'm going to try and stay out of the ruts on either side, keeping the wheels on the highest point through these tracks. Okay, we can have a look here. So the last weekend I had one wheel on this side, I had another wheel on here, obviously completely wet, and we fell in and I got stuck right about here. I had bellied out that GL Jimny completely, all four wheels basically in the air spinning. So we're going to avoid that today. And then we're gonna do this little hill, this little obstacle you can see behind me. Shouldn't be too hectic. We'll do it in low range as well, just to put less strain on the vehicle and less stress on the gearboxes. I'm gonna show you how to pop it into 4-wheel drive low as soon as we're back in the vehicle. Let's go. Alright guys, so before we tackle these ruts and the obstacles, we're quickly going to put it into 4-wheel drive low. Like I mentioned, I don't want to put too much strain on the gearbox, and if it was a manual you don't want to burn the clutch. Popping it into low range will obviously help us not put strain if you had a manual on your clutch and some of the other components. And yeah, you could probably try this in 2-wheel drive high and then in 4-wheel drive low and see what happens. Let's see how capable the Jimny is. Let's take a try in 2-wheel drive and see what happens first. And then if we do get stuck, we will pop it into 4 low and get ourselves out of trouble, hopefully. Okay, so now this is basically the same way you'd be driving on the street still. No aids except for the traction control that might kick in every now and again. I'm gonna cross over into this rut here now. Now I'm actually starting to get a bit nervous because I'm not in 4-wheel drive at the moment and I do not want to slip into this again. Very risky on our own out here. Okay, still in 2-wheel drive. Let's see how we handle this little obstacle in front of us without any 4-wheel drive aid. Let's see how capable our Jimny is. Okay, so that was minimal to no effort at all. Okay, now if you have a look down, I don't think the camera is going to do this justice, but we're at a pretty good angle at the moment. I'm going to pop down here. Just slowly on the brake, easing down. What I can see in front of me now, I think I will definitely have to go into 4-wheel drive low. We are going to hit a bit of a mud patch. Once again, I'm going to try and straddle the ruts, have my wheels on the highest points and not slide in here. Okay, so for low range, we're going to have to go to neutral first. Going to go down to 4 high. Then this needs to be pushed down. Okay, you can see my hand's going to go down and a proper jolt to the back. Okay, and what I like to do to keep it there is then put it in drive. If you had your manual, you could put it in first and just bump the clutch just whilst you're holding it there to make sure it's in nicely. I'm going to tackle this obstacle in 2nd gear for in case I need to get the speed up if we start sliding in. I'm going to give it the beans. So yeah, hold on, here we go. Even the road tire is still climbing nicely. Little bit of momentum for in case we slide in and straight through. Very easy. So in front of us we've got another little steep incline that we're going to be going up, and with the auto, why I love the autos, it's so easy to control the throttle with this. There's no bumping or clutch that's being dropped. Very easy, very simple to use them. I think it's actually cheating slightly. So now we're gonna go down this incline, which is a bit steeper. That's our park distance control kicking in with the tow bar, telling us that hey, there's something behind you. Meantime it's just the tow bar. And then guys, what I want to try and show you, I'm not sure if it's going to happen now, but we'll see. If I go over this and I come down, our tow bar I think might actually catch the grass embankment on the rear, and then I can show you why the Jimny's tow bar is actually detachable. No, we're pretty lucky. That angle wasn't too bad. Yeah, so why the Jimny's tow bar is detachable is for in instances like this, or where you get at a very big angle, the tow bar can catch on the ground behind you, and that's obviously going to hinder you from doing the obstacle. So let's jump out quickly. I want to show you how easily these tow bars detach for in case we do something with a bit more of an angle and we need more approach and departure angle. Right, so very simple. Got our split pin down here. We're gonna pull out. We can then pull the locking pin out. Make sure there's nothing else there. Simple, easy. That pulls out, can go in the boot now. Got some camera equipment in the back here as well, which I should not damage. Just gonna pop this in here. And I always like to keep the pins and everything together back the way I found it. There we go. So next we're gonna tackle another obstacle. Let's take a walk and I'll go show you what that looks like. Once again, I've got a little bit of a rut here. This feels quite dried out. Luckily it was quite warm yesterday. We are going to have a little bit of mud, but you can see this was full up to around about here. So that's above my knee that would have been in the weekend, the past weekend. This would have been full up to here. Luckily the water's drained off a bit. And then yeah, this is going to be a little bit difficult, or a little bit more difficult than the previous one we've done. Because as I walk now, you'll see it's not even ground. I've got a little bit of holes on each side where the bigger vehicles have maybe spun up, or someone in two-wheel drive has tried to go up here and they've dug a bit of holes. I'm pretty confident that our Jimny GLX Auto is going to crawl up this in low range with no hassles at all. Right, let's see if we can do it. So we're back into neutral now. Safety first, we're putting on our safety belts. Also so that we don't get that annoying beep beep. So I'm in neutral. I'm gonna go out of 4 high, back into 4 low. Like I said, I'm holding it there, into drive. Now I know we're pretty safe to go. Let's try this, hopefully we don't get stuck. I'm gonna try and go through the wet part with a little bit of momentum, so let's hold on for that. Okay, I'm catching the bottom a little bit. Okay, so I'm through the worst of the wet part now. We're gonna take on the hill now, and like I said, I'm gonna show you first gear. The hill assist is holding me now. I'm just gonna crawl up here. We won't spin. And this is what I said with the autos. This is absolutely insane, the control that I've got. No burning of clutches, no difficulty whatsoever. Really just very simple. Obviously you must always remember when your vehicle is in 4 low and 4 high, the steering is going to feel a bit heavier because you've got more torque and pressure on the steering components when those front wheels are trying to turn as well. So keep that in mind. It's not something that's wrong with the vehicle. It will be heavier because there's drive coming through that axle now. I'm going to jump out here quickly now and see. I just want to have a look at one more obstacle here. There's 2 or 3 little hills that we can do here today and have a look at, and then we're going to go see if we can find some river crossings. I haven't been here in probably 10 or 15 years. We used to ride bike here. So yeah, excuse me if it's going to take a little bit longer. We're having an adventure. Let's see, on a weekday, how much fun. Okay, so you can see this incline here, pretty clean. Must have had a few vehicles through here. It's just a little bit overgrown. That's why I wanted to have a look, so that we don't get ourselves into trouble. There's one that's next door that should be a little bit more difficult. Let's take a walk over here. This is very overgrown. So what I would do in a situation like this, I would try it from the bottom first, just to feel with the front wheels, just try and see how deep the holes are that I'm going to be trying to climb through. I can always reverse back down and try again, but with the grass as it is now, I can't really see all the big holes, small holes, what's happening here. But when you're doing something like this, if you're going slow, you won't really get yourself into trouble. That's my motto, at least. I might prove us all wrong today. Let's have a look. There's another 2 or 3 here. The guys who grew up in Brackenhurst, and if you were born in the 90s and the 80s, you should know this place very well. It's behind Sharondale Nursery. It used to be called the Oval for all the people riding motocross bikes and so forth. So yeah, I've got a little bit of experience. I know we won't get ourselves into trouble too much here. I'm sure we'll arrange a weekend at some stage. We can invite everyone with the Jimnys to come down. We'll have a little bit of fun here, make a little bit of a course so everyone can come and enjoy this. But yeah, let's see, let's try. I think there's 3 out of the 4 here that I'm willing to try today. And then we'll go find some river crossings. Let's go. Right guys, like I said, we're going to try this one. You can see this first one we're going to attempt not too overgrown. And we're still in low range. I feel the steering's a bit heavier than what it is in two-wheel drive. Let's see. I'm looking through the window. I can see the edge of my tire, and so I can see exactly where I want to place the wheels of this vehicle. Should have a little bit of a slide and a creak. And guys, just remember, this Jimny is stock standard. I think my cameraman is shitting himself slightly. It is quite a bit of a steep downhill. Yeah, but that was fun, very nice. And obviously the conditions are great at the moment. It's bone dry, so I don't really have to worry about slipping and sliding into anything at the moment. Just gonna pick up our other cameraman quickly. The drone's battery needs changing, so yeah, we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we've changed out the drone's battery. Let's have a go and see. I'm still in low range because we're gonna tackle these ones that we saw were so overgrown. We have walked it, so I'm pretty confident we won't get ourselves into trouble. I'm gonna try and stay out of the ruts as much as possible until I get to the obstacle, because the ruts are still quite deep in front of it. Like I said, we'll try and keep our wheels on the highest point. I'm pretty excited about this. Also, we want to keep these tracks open, so every time someone drives it, we're just helping keep the fun alive. Because if you leave this for another month or 2 and it's overgrown, we are definitely not gonna be able to drive this. There we had a little bit of wheel spin, but look with the auto, so easy, just keeping the pressure on slightly and up and over. There we go. We were looking at the sky there for quite a few seconds. We didn't have much vision of where we're going, but luckily we walked it. I'm just going to reverse back now so that we can line ourselves up nicely for this second one. Also quite overgrown. And this one, when we're walking it, we will definitely have to, when we get to the bottom of the obstacle, try and keep ourselves to the left of the ruts, because the ruts are extremely deep on us. We will definitely belly this out and be radioing the dealership for help. Going over slowly, just foot on the brakes slightly. We are going to get very lucky here because we're already bellying out just over that, over the crane, the steepest point of this hill. I want to make sure the wheels are straight now. And down we go, nice and easy. Stay out of the ruts here. And like I say guys, this is free to come and do on a weekend. There's no entrance fee, there's no anything. And I'm sure this is not the only place in the country where you have things like this. I mean, this is one little place that we grew up with, that we know about. I'm sure there's hundreds of these around Gauteng and around Joburg or Cape Town, for instance. You guys have the beach, you guys have dunes. So yeah, if you want to tag us in some of those videos as well, tag the Suzuki Bassonia Facebook and Instagram pages and show us where you guys play. That doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg to have fun in your Jimny. So yeah, this one also you guys will see from the footage, it's extremely overgrown. Staying out of the ruts initially, and then we're gonna pop up this hill in Jimny fashion without any issues. And up we go. That is literally idling, don't have any issues. So if David just wants to put his hand out the window there quickly, you see if we could go over this hill and down into the bottom, you will see that there is a little pond or dam down there. I will not attempt that whilst we're alone, yeah. If I had someone to maybe pull me out backwards, I would do that. Definitely not on our own. But yeah, this is really great fun. I think that's it for this little hill now. We're gonna go and find a river crossing or two. Hopefully they're still open and they haven't overgrown or washed away. See you in a few. That's the only. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is really good. Just want to see. I'm gonna have my left wheel over here. My right wheel is gonna be tracking over here. Just want to make sure that there's not a very deep hole here. Okay, yeah, should be good. Very, very deceptive. But yeah, I can feel with my soft little feet that haven't been in any hard environment for a little while, that it's very rocky and very hard at the bottom, so we'll be fine. So excuse me for being Captain Underpants, but yeah, that's the way 4x4 goes sometimes. Alright, here we go. So we've got Dave and Juan with us on the cameras today. Juan's the lucky one, being able to sit inside the vehicle and fly the drone. He doesn't have to get his feet wet or anything. So important now, if you saw me walk this in my underpants, I'm gonna try and stay to the left, and very importantly, I'm going to have to go into four-wheel drive first, which I just neglected to do. Very, very bad. Okay, that's it. We're in. I've held my hand down to get that to engage properly. And now I'm going to try and stay on the track that I plotted when I was walking. I don't want to go into something unknown that I don't know what to expect. And that is us out of low range, so I didn't engage it properly. There we go. Yeah, so we're gonna go back now again and do this one more time. And then I also need to pick up my second cameraman, hopefully without the car jumping out of low range. So yeah, guys, you can see it's not, that doesn't just happen to you when you're doing your little 4x4 driving course. It happens to us as well. We know low range is engaged properly, so we won't have a grinding noise again. Let's try that again. Staying on the same track because I know it's hard, the bottom's hard now. I'm not gonna get myself into any surprises. And up we go. No hassles whatsoever. Jimny power. And the auto once again doing wonders. Just a little bit of foot on the gas and away we go. so lucky to drive an auto. Yo, makes a world of difference. Good. Is
this the river?
It's either a very big ditch.
This is the big ditch. No, it's just the ditch. No, it's just the ditch. I can see the end of it.
Can you?
Yeah, it's right here.
Well, now I'm gonna have to go at this at an angle. Okay, this is where the tow bar would have definitely hooked. Bro, we better hope we get the arse of this big boy through here. If it was a 3-door, I wouldn't be stressing. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna give us a bit of a bump. Where is my little track?
I don't see any tracks, eh? Oh wait, yeah. I think just in front of us. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, it's just in front of us. Is this a jump?
Yeah, it looks like it. So, I think the river is this way. I can see the cut through the trees, but we're also getting into a little
Okay, there's another road just
marshland
on the left, eh?
on the left.
Yeah, so have a look here.
Well, that's where I want to be.
Okay, yeah, so keep going straight, but then swing a little to the left.
I'm gonna go around this thorn bush. I think we have found the way to the river. Let's go see. Still in the low ranges, idling. I've got a little bit of a tree. I don't want to bash that.
Yeah,
See the wildlife is inside. How's it?
Just watch this tree on the right side.
Yeah, past that. So obviously when you're 4x4ing as well, good tip is to always make sure your mirrors are angled in such a way that you can see where your rear wheel is going to be going and which path it's going. If you get into very tight stuff, it can obviously, you can start dropping off into things. Oh, I think that might be one of the crossings, but a tree is fallen in there. Let's have a walk, let's go have a look there. Something I haven't seen in 10 years, so interesting for a lot of people. Let's have a look. There we go. Okay, there used to be a track out that way, but the trees fallen over that. Maybe if we do that event that I was talking about, we can come and chop this up the week before and still make use of it. But not to worry, this area is jam-packed full of rivers. We're gonna find another one for you now. We'll be tracking back more or less the way we came, and then I'm gonna cross the Klip River Road and see if those old river crossings are still open. So we're gonna cut away for about 5 or 10 minutes and then we'll be back into it. Let's go. Okay guys, so just to give you a little bit of an update, we've obviously been going on our little adventure. We are literally 10 meters from the road where we want to get off. A little lapse in judgment. There's a little crest that we need to get over. A little crest that we need to get over to get to the road. And yeah, we came over, it bellied out slightly. I told the camera guys, it's one more, no more. Either with the next go, I'm going to use a bit of momentum, we're going to get over, or we're going to get stuck with all 4 wheels in the air. What happened? We got stuck with all 4 wheels in the air. So I took the calculated risk on this because I know we were close to the road and I've got the guys from the dealership that can come and help me. So we've got creative now, we've put some rocks under all 4 wheels. We're going to see if that helps us in any way, shape or form. But if it doesn't, we'll have the guys to come and help us out. So yeah, rocks are in. Let's see if we can manage to creep this over. That is a no. That's a big no. Okay, we'll pack some more rocks and get the guys to come and tow us. You'll be obviously seeing all of that, so it's your guys' lucky day. Filming, and when filming goes wrong. Right guys, that concludes our little suburban adventure that we had today. Just out here, 5 minutes away from the shop. You can see the smile on my face. We've had a tremendous amount of fun, even getting stuck, having to be recovered 5 meters from getting back onto the road. Extremely cool. We just want to take a quick second. We've got a new segment that we want to do every Tuesday. We'll put a post up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're going to call it Flex in the City. You can see we've got our Jimny up for Flex in the City this morning, well, this afternoon. Yeah, use a stair, a drain pipe, a rock next to the road, whatever you can with a little bit of a city feel, so that we can show Jimnys can have fun in the city as well. See you soon guys, have fun out there.